What is up, guys, and welcome back to already now another year recap, or talking about this and that, and talking about the past year that has been and what is yet to come. It's already time again. It's the 30th of December currently for me. As I'm recording this, you might have noticed maybe in the mic quality that I've gotten a new mic. So I should be cutting off less and less now. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna do this the same as I did last year and the year before that. I'm just gonna talk about the year in general a little bit. I'm gonna talk about the personal year I had for a short period of time. Then I'm gonna talk about the gaming year of 2024, what games released, what we're still gonna be looking forward to in the next year. And then I'm gonna sum it up a little bit at the end, and it's just gonna be structured like every year. And there's also top 5 games for me. So, beginning with my personal year, 2024 has been much better than the years before that. It has mostly to do with meeting a lot of new people, a lot of exciting people, a lot of people, good friends that I still have, and I'm proud to call my friends today. It's a good change from the not so great 2022 and the even worse 2023. But I'm always looking forward to better times, better days, and 2024 definitely was a nice change into the right direction. January was just a kind of chill starting month, I guess. There was my birthday there. I actually turned 18, so now I'm an adult. It doesn't really feel any different yet, but I'm sure that's yet to come. I haven't learned how to drive yet. That's a big thing I still want to do. But yeah, I turned 18. Now I'm an adult. And, it's weird. Even though it doesn't really feel different, it's still weird to be called an adult. But you'll get used to it pretty quickly. Since my 19th birthday is in like less than a month already, I've gotten used to being an adult. January is also where I met a lot of new people, and I still call most of those people good friends today, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Really appreciate those people that I met, and they helped me also get into this more positive space mindset that I am in now. The next few months went by just as normal. February, March, and April and May were pretty normal for the most part. Of course, work and school next to that, few exams, nothing too special, nothing crazy happened. And in May I got my first tattoo of the two that I have this year. If you follow me on Twitter, you should have seen both, because I think I posted both. I'm not actually sure anymore if I posted the second one, but I'm sure as hell that I posted the first one. It's inspired by The Last of Us. It's Ellie's tattoo. It's on my right arm. And I'm really happy with that. In May, preparation for my midterms also started. So that got a little bit more stressful. In June, the preparations for the midterm continued, although I was still working and having exams in school. And then at the start of July... No, that's a lie. At the end of June, my midterms actually happened, and they were really stressful, but I passed them. So that's always good. And the stress has been lifted off my shoulder for quite a bit. The rest of the year in my personal life has continued to be pretty normal. During July and August, there was a little personal mishap and a little bit of a drama within a friend group, but that resolved itself pretty quickly. And ever since then, the rest of the year has been going on pretty normal for the most part. I stopped playing Valorant completely, pretty much, and I switched back to Fortnite with the start of the Chapter 2 season. As you should be able to see in the background, there should be Fortnite gameplay running right now alongside my talk. But that's more of the small things that happened this year. But yes, I did switch back to Fortnite. and I'm going to stay on Fortnite indefinitely, probably for the most part, since Valorant is just not fun for me anymore, and I'm having the most fun I've ever had with Fortnite currently. So expect more Fortnite videos and no Valorant videos in the near future. I actually do have some stuff cooked up. Regarding content, I have to and will say a proper apology for not uploading a single content video the entire year. I did upload an update video because it was quite a bit between the update video and the last video, which was the talk in 2023. And yeah, I just didn't upload anything, and I'm severely sorry for that. I do have a video about OG Fortnite cooked up. I have a video about Chapter 6 Fortnite cooked up, and I might even have a video about the Mario 64 hack B3313 in the making. So I do have 3 videos cooking up that release in the next span of like month to 2 months. I don't want to make it too regular that I'm uploading because I'm still a private person and I still have a lot of private stuff going on. But other than that, I should be able to do more. And that's pretty much it for the personal year. Nothing really much happened, actually more of a boring year, but I think that's what it needed. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Moving on to the gaming year of 2024. I'm going to structure it like I have every year so far. I'm going to go through the months and I'm going to list the most important games that came out in every month personally for me. And we're just gonna start at January. So the first game that lists in January is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, a new Prince of Persia type game, and I'm not so sure what to think of that because I haven't played a single Prince of Persia, so I can't really judge. We have The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. I don't know why it needed a remaster, but I guess that's cool. I know the game is going to come out on PC next year in April, so that's actually going to be good for everybody that doesn't own a PlayStation but has a good enough PC to run it. You can experience The Last of Us Part 2. We have Palworld releasing in January as well. Immortality Enshrouded, which is a really talked about game, and I haven't really seen anything of it a lot. So I'm genuinely kind of surprised that this is among the, more important video or games, I guess. We have Tekken 8, of course. That one's a big one. I know that. We have Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Silent Hill: The Short Message. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what Silent Hill: The Short Message is. I might have to check that out. I think I just kind of forgot about that. Is that a VR game? Kind of looks like a VR game. Oh well. Moving on to February. We have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. No idea what that is, but it looks like a Genshin type of game. Not my type of game, personally. We have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was hopeful to be good, ended up being horrendously bad, and did the Arkham Batman no honor whatsoever. We have Persona 3 Reload. I know a lot of people are Persona fans, so for those people, it's a good one. I never really played one, but I've been told by many people that it's a good game and that I should check it out, so I might do that in the following year. We have Helldivers 2, a game that was really, really popular and successful in the beginning of the game, and it kind of died because Sony fucked up the production company and kind of just killed the game with that. So that's really unfortunate because the game is actually really good. I haven't played it myself, but I know that it's really good. We have Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden, Tomb Raider Remastered, and that's actually kind of wrong here because it has Tomb Raider Remastered, but it's actually Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered. It's the first 3 classic Tomb Raider games remastered on every major console and PC. And that one's just for the fans, obviously, including every DLC of every game. I played it, it's really good. Had probably one of the most fun experiences this year with this game. We have Skull and Bones, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, a kind of Game Boy remake and kind of new thing. I'm not quite sure what it was supposed to be, but a new Mario Donkey Kong game, so you know, who am I to judge? We got Warhammer 40k, Chaos Gate, Demon Hunters, I can't read anymore. We have Nightingale. No idea what that is either. There's a lot of games on here that I haven't heard of. Interesting. We got Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake. We got Splatoon 3 Side Order DLC, Pentiment, Bandle Tale, Last Epoch. I don't know if I even pronounced that right. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy, obviously, big game here. And Final Fantasy games are always huge, even if it's just remakes or completely new titles. Final Fantasy is almost always guaranteed to be pretty popular. But that's it for February. Not a big month, in my opinion. We got some big games that ended up being completely ass, like Helldivers 2 and Suicide Squad. But for the most part, it's like smaller games that are really good that stand out in this month. Heading over to March, we got the Thaumaturge, Expeditions, a Mudrunner game, Unicorn Overlord, not Overload. The font on this site is a little weird. Seems to be a pixelated RPG style game. We have Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. I played it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't buy it, in my opinion. But everyone has to know for their own. We got Hi-Fi Rush, which had a couple of nominees for Game of the Year awards or Game Awards, and completely deserved. In my opinion, it's a fun game, just not for me. We got Alone in the Dark, new game or a remake. I'm not entirely sure what it is actually. I think it's a remake or a new game. Could be either, honestly. We have Horizon Forbidden West on PC. We have Final Fantasy XIV on the Xbox. Finally. Xbox always has to wait for every major title to come out. Princess Peach Showtime, which was Princess Peach's first standalone game ever since Super Princess Peach on the Nintendo DS, which came out in like 2005, 6 maybe. So yeah, W for every Peach fan and for people that like to play as Peach. We got Ride of the Ronin, another samurai style game that came out. It's supposed to be good. Haven't played it because it's a PlayStation game and I don't really have any opportunity to get on the PlayStation, so I'll wait for a PC release. We got Palia on Steam, which is another like sandbox type game, MMO, and the last one, South Park Snow Day. A little bit of a bigger month. We have Princess Peach, we have Alone in the Dark, we have Horizon, we have Final Fantasy XIV, Rise of the Ronin. So March was definitely more of a W month when it comes to gaming. Moving on to April of 2024, we have Dave the Diver for PlayStation 4 and 5, Freedom Planet 2, Grounded for PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Final Fantasy XVI The Rising Tide DLC, so completely new Final Fantasy content for everyone in April. Ooh, excuse me. We have No Rest for the Wicked, Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, I'm pretty sure I butchered that one, Tales of Kenzera Zao, Megaton Musashi Wired, Another Crab's Treasure, which despite the name is actually a Souls-like game where you play as a crab under the water defeating foes in a Souls-like style, which is an interesting concept, but I think it actually kind of worked. The game was more popular than I would have imagined it to be, and for that alone, it already deserves, a bit of applause. Not every game can pull that off. We have Saga Emerald Beyond Sandland, which sounds goofier than it probably is. Actually, no, it's pretty goofy. That's an anime-based game. It looks pretty goofy, so, the name fits. We have Stellar Blade, which is an action RPG released on the PlayStation 5. One of my friends played it, said it's really, really good. It was really, really hyped, and sadly, for some of the wrong reasons, actually, the game is a pretty good game, but most people just like to hype about it because of the characters, which is obviously a trend seen in a lot of games nowadays, which I don't really like, but we have Topspin 2K25 and Sea of Thieves on the PlayStation 5. Finally, even though Sea of Thieves really isn't what it was a few years ago. I think it's too much now. I don't think the game is really good anymore, but it definitely had its moments when it first released. And that's already it for April. Only real game that I see as a big one is Stellar Blade and the Final Fantasy DLC. No Rest for the Wicked is also kind of a big game, but that's pretty much it for April. It was a pretty boring month, to be honest, in the year filled with bangers usually, which that was pretty boring. Heading over to May, we start with Endless Ocean Luminous, Hades 2 Early Access on PC, V Rising 1.0 on PC, Homeworld 3, Braid Anniversary Edition. If you don't know what that is, Braid is connected to a pretty well-known internet video game theory or mystery. The game is a jump and run adventure where you seemingly save a princess, but spoiler alert for anyone that wants to play Braid, at the end of the game, it turns out that you were actually the villain and you're chasing the princess because you want to capture her, and the entire game plays backwards, showing the princess fleeing from you instead of you trying to get to the princess. So it's a kind of a mindfuck game, I guess. But Braid's actually a pretty good game, and the Anniversary Edition I probably have to check out. I haven't checked that out yet. We got Ghost of Tsushima on the PC, which is a really big deal, obviously. Ghost of Tsushima is one of 2019's best games. Probably would have won Game of the Year if it wasn't for Sekiro. Wait, did Ghost of Tsushima release in 2019? I'm pretty sure it did. No, it released in 2020. Oh, okay. Probably would have won Game of the Year then if The Last of Us Part 2 hasn't released in that year. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is now on the PC. We got Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which is a pretty big story game as well. We got System Shock X Defiant, which now already isn't running anymore. Came out in May. Servers shut off pretty much this month or last month. The game is dead. No one's playing it. We have Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake or remaster for the Switch. This one's a pretty big one because people didn't actually think that Paper Mario was gonna come back in any sort of way like it did now, but the good old Paper Mario formula is back with the Thousand Year Door remaster, and I feel like they should keep it that way. The old Paper Mario games worked so much better than the new ones in every single form shape, whatever. It's just a better game. We have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, The Rogue Prince of Persia, Multiversus, Aster Blade of the Monolith, and F124. So that's pretty much it for that month. It's pretty standard, May. Moving on to June, we have Destiny 2, The Final Shape. We have Star Wars Hunters, Killer Clowns, written with a K, from Outer Space, the game. We have Dark and Darker releasing, which is like Extraction, like MMORPG is set in like Middle East. No, wait, that was completely wrong. It's an MMORPG set in like the 12th century, I guess, something like that. It's a medieval setting. That's what I was looking for. We have V Rising on the PlayStation 5. We have Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Monster Hunter Stories, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which is a remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2, which was previously only on the 3DS, now also available on the Switch, Spy X Anya Operation Memories, and of course, last but not least, the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. I played it. I also played Elden Ring this year, and it has got to be one of the best games I've ever experienced, and the DLC has got to be one of the best made DLCs in all of gaming history. Shadow of the Erdtree is genuinely almost a standalone game from the length of it, and it could be sold as one. Not for the full AAA price, but it could be sold as a separate small standalone game for like $40 or something. That's absolutely possible. And of course, the most iconic and hardest boss in video game history pre-nerf Radahn, almost impossible to beat. Took me less than 100 tries, and I did beat him before they nerfed him, but I did use summons. Well, I used the Mimic tier. If you're an Elden Ring player, you know. Moving on to July, we have The First Descendant, Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail, Zenless Zone Zero, which is another Genshin type game, I think. People went all over for this game for the characters again. We have The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. We have Once Human, Ace Combat 7, Nobody Wants to Die, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock The Siege of Dawn, Nintendo World Championship NES Edition, EA Sports College Football 25, The New Denpa Men, Earth Defense Force 6, and Thrasher. Pretty boring month. July is always like kind of a filler month. Not really a lot of good games coming out here. And that's how it was this year as well. Moving on to August, we have Thank Goodness You're Here, Star Wars Bounty Hunters, World of Goo 2, Creatures of Ava, Cat Quest 3, SteamWorld Heist 2, Kena Bridge of Spirits on the Xbox, Black Myth Wukong, which is another contendant for Game of the Year, or was. We have Dustborn, Concord, Harvest Moon, Home Sweet Home, World of Warcraft, The War Within, The Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria, Castlevania, Dominus Collection, Emio the Smiling Man, Famicom Detective Club, Visions of Mana, Vampire Survivors on the PlayStation, and Star Wars Outlaws. August, bigger month than the previous ones. We got Kena Bridge of Spirits on the Xbox. We have Black Myth Wukong releasing, pretty awaited game, and Star Wars Outlaws, which I had high hopes for, and let's just say those high hopes were crushed in a merciless fit of rage. It's not a good game. Moving on to September, we have the casting of Frank Stone, which is a Dead by Daylight related game, if I remember correctly. We have Quidditch Champions. We have Age of Mythology Retold. We have Astrobot, this year's Game of the Year. Best game, according to judges and to fans of the year 2024, is a classic 3D jump and run action adventure. And I actually couldn't be happier about that. I feel like it kind of brought back what we all seek in gaming. It's just to have fun. And that's what it is. It's just dumb fun. There's not really a big story there that you need to follow. There's not a lot of game mechanics that you need to learn. It's just a 3D action adventure jump and run, and that's what we all started with. So yeah, deserved Game of the Year in my opinion. We got NBA 2K25, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, Yars Rising, Vampire the Masquerade, Reckoning of New York, Rugrats Adventures in Gameland, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. What the fuck am I reading? Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Funko Fusion, Final Fantasy 16 on the PC, The Plucky Squire, again, like 3D collectathon action adventure, Enotria The Last Song, which is a Souls-like set in Italy in the 14th, 15th century, I think, like Renaissance type time. We have Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, God of War Ragnarok on the PC, Frostpunk 2, Ara History Untold, Pal World on the PS5, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which is a remake of the first game, Olipop Chainsaw Repop, Greedfall 2, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Bellatra on the mobile, which was also a contender for Game of the Year actually, EA Sports FC 25 or FIFA 25, and Starfield Shattered Space, which is a DLC. Moving on to October, we have Batman Arkham Shadow, Predator Hunting Grounds, Throne and Liberty, Until Dawn Remake, SpongeBob SquarePants The Patrick Star Game. I completely missed that. Silent Hill 2 Remake, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Meta 4, Refantasio, Neva, Animal Well, Blind Fire, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Hell something. I don't know. That's a really weird name. Probably in a different language that I'm gonna butcher anyway. Alan Wake 2 DLC, The Lake House, Fae Farm, Terminator Survivors, Wise X Nordics, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Red Dead Redemption 1 on the PC, Blasphemous 2 Mia Dolpa DLC, Dragon Age The Veilguard, and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Pretty big month. A lot of releases. Not a lot of good ones, but a lot of releases. Moving on to November, we have Metal Slug Tactics, Death Note Killer Within, Planet Coaster 2, Mario and Luigi Brothership, Metro Awakening, which is a VR game for the Metro series, which is actually really creepy. Goat Simulator Remastered. I don't know why we really needed that, but we got it. Tetris Forever, Warcraft Remastered, Warcraft 2 Remastered, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake, Lego Horizon Adventures, nobody asked for it, but you know, we got it anyway. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, Genshin Impact, Star Wars Outlaws again on Steam though this time, 9 Souls, Trombone Champ Unflattened, and Wand Project. A smaller month, not a lot of huge releases. I guess Mario and Luigi counts. Maybe Lego games always count, I guess. Life is Strange Double Exposure on the Switch was a pretty big one because Stalker 2, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Releasing in 2024's December month, the last one, which we're still currently in, starts with Lollipop Chainsaw Repop on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so on the OG gen, on the last gen. Warhammer 40k Darktide, Anton Blast, Fitness Boxing 3, Infinity Nikki, Fantasian Neo Dimension, Marvel Rivals, Path of Exile 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, personally my favorite game of the year, Resident Evil 2 Remake on mobile Mac, Squid Game Unleashed on Netflix, The Finals on PlayStation 4, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, and Pal World's Fabric update a week ago. And that's pretty much it for the gaming year of this 2024. A lot of good games, a lot of bangers, a lot of disappointments, basically like every year ever. It's been more or less a pretty standard gaming year in my opinion. Nothing really standing out except for a few games here and there. But pretty much just another basic gaming year, and I don't have anything to complain about that. It's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good gaming year. Now, last but not least, I'm gonna count down my top 5 games of this year, starting at top 5 most likely going to be. I have to think about that actually for a little bit, but I would probably give the 5th place to something small. It's really hard for me to choose my favorite games in this year because there's a lot of good games that I actually really enjoyed. But if I had to choose, I would probably give top 5 to the Until Dawn remake or remaster on PC and PlayStation 5. My top 4 spot then would be going to Sonic X Shadow Generations. Personally, my favorite Sonic game in years, even beating Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Superstars. Good shadow story, really good cutscenes, fleshed out, dark, just as I wanted it. Top 3 is the Silent Hill 2 remake, complete remake, PS5 and PC. Really good game. Nothing really much to add there. On the number 2 spot is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. As I said before, the best DLC I've ever played for one of the best games I've ever played. One of the most fun I've ever had grinding a story game. And on top 1, as I said before, my favorite game of 2024, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It is from start to finish perfect. It has captured the spirit of the Indiana Jones movies perfectly. Troy Baker is delivering one of the best voice acting performances we have ever heard. He sounds almost identical to Harrison Ford, and that's really, really hard to pull off, but he did it, and it sounds perfect. The game has good amount of length, good amount of story, good amount of different locations you can go to or have to go to, and it's just a really, really good story game. Haven't played a good story game like that in a very long time. But yeah, those are my top 5 games of the year. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you're still watching, thank you so much. It's almost been 35 minutes again. I somehow always hit like the 35-minute mark when I do these type of videos, and I'm not really sure why. The last 2 have been 35 and 37 minutes long, respectively. This one aims to be another 35 to 36 one. But yeah, even if I haven't uploaded much, I did stream a bunch. I have a bunch of clips on my Twitch, and I post regularly or update regularly on my Twitter. So follow those if you haven't yet. And for everyone still tuning in, thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to 2025. I have some videos cooked up in the near future. Fortnite 2 and Mario 64 1. So you can look forward to those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to stop yapping now. I'm going to let you guys enjoy your New Year's Eve, your New Year. And Happy New Year 2025 whenever you're watching this. Hope you have a good one. enjoy the rest of the day, and peace out. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.